Yeah, go ahead.
I really believe change comes one human interaction at a time.
Yeah.
And so here we are having some interactions and
Right on. So it's all about
making us all closer.
community policing.
Very good.
Right on. We got to work
Everything
together.
starts with dialogue, right?
That's right.
So if I can't talk to you and you can't understand me and I can't understand you, we can't figure out how to bridge the gap
That's
between
right.
everything.
It's like a marriage. Your marriage works when you can talk.
Yeah, right. But sometimes you fight, right?
Yes,
That's
sometimes
one of
you
my
do.
problems. I haven't
Sometimes
even
you
got
do.
there yet.
But you know what? If you've got a commitment to each other and you are committed to working through your problems,
Right.
you do get through it. You do
Right,
get
right,
through
right,
it.
right. But there's, we all have, some of us have bad apples in every community. There's good,
For
bad,
sure.
and ugly.
For sure.
Yeah. So, how long you been involved with the police department?
I've been a police officer for 28 years.
Wow. So, are you ready to retire? Or?
Well, I enjoy my job,
Right.
and I'd like to stick around, and I'd like to see us through these tough times. I'd
Yeah.
like to be part of, making things better.
Right before you step out, right?
Exactly.
And you're a resident of California. You're born and raised.
Yes, I am.
What part of California did you grow up in?
Born in Northern California, raised in Southern California, came back to Northern California to be.
Yeah, you can only stay in LA for so long.
Hey, everything bad they say about LA is true,
It's
but
totally
I still
true.
like it. But
It's
I still
totally
like
true.
it.
Yeah. What high school did you go to?
Went to Hollywood High School.
Hollywood High
I used to
School.
live
Yeah.
across the street from Hollywood High School.
You what?
I lived across the street from Hollywood High
No,
School.
where? On Orange Drive?
Fountain and Orange.
Fountain and Orange.
I lived
Yes,
right
you
on the
did.
corner of Fountain and Orange.
I'll be darned. Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
So I went to Los Angeles to go to Musicians Institute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
so,
good.
so I lived on Fountain
I used to
and
see
Orange.
all those guys coming by with their guitars and their cases and stuff when I was in school. That's funny. Right on.
So, hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, doing well, thanks.
I'm Lynel, Gardner. I work with community policing. I work with Post. I brought theater to Post for the first time. And also, my grandfather was heavyweight champion Sonny Liston. So I'm trying to.
Your grandfather was Sonny Liston?
Yeah.
No way.
So he was an activist, actually. So I'm trying to keep the tradition going and bridge the gap between policing and the community. And can you tell me your names?
Sure. I'm Greg Cleaver,
Okay.
Officer Juan Seviano.
Okay.
And Andrew Farley.
You guys look kind of young. You guys young.
Thank you.
Prematurely gray, right? So, how many years on the force so far?
About 20.
20. Wow.
One.
One. Wow.
2.
Good God, you guys are. Well, I can't call you rookies, but. So yeah. So.
I'm smiling underneath if you can't tell.
Yeah,
Just
right.
thumbs
You're
up.
blushing too. Hey, so why did you want to become a policeman?
Just want to make a difference, want to help people, want to get
Yeah.
up every day knowing I could go, create a positive world.
Right on. How about you, sir? Why did you want to become? Was
Born
this
and
a
raised
childhood
in San
dream? Or?
Jose.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, born and raised in San Jose right here on the east side. I like helping people.
Is it hard to police in a town where you grew up, where you
Not
pull
at
over
all.
some of your best friends from middle school?
It happens, but you
Yeah.
know what? I think it's like what you guys are fighting for out here is
Yeah.
that bridge, that understanding between each other. We're not
Exactly.
out here trying to cause problems for people. We're
Right,
out here
right,
trying
right.
to stop crime from happening while getting to know the community, and this is exactly what
Yeah,
we're doing.
right.
This is why we're walking.
And why did you start 20 years ago, sir?
So 20 years ago, my family was involved before I was. So
Oh, wow.
That's involved. He's with the department now. He's our most senior sergeant.
Wow.
So he was the one that taught me.
Carry
into
on the
it.
tradition,
Yep,
huh?
Yep, exactly.
And you grew up here in the Bay Area?
Yes, I did.
Well, and what high school did you go to?
I went to Homestead.
Homestead.
Homestead High School.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
How old are
High school
you?
did you go to?
I'm 56.
Can you ask that question?
I'm 56.
49.
So I went to Mitty and Mountain View High,
Okay.
Archbishop Mitty.
So we probably played you guys.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
yeah.
you've seen this town change from
Oh, absolutely.
music scene, art scene
Absolutely.
to the tech scene now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It keeps growing.
Yeah.
It's not stopping. The weather's great here,
Cool.
so.
So you guys are all in the same. Were you asked to be here today, or you guys volunteered to be here? How's it work? Are you guys in the same?
Yeah, we found out. We're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, right on.
We came from out
Right.
of district actually just to come walk.
Wow, that's beautiful,
I
man.
like your shirt, by the way.
Oh,
I'm
thank
more
you.
of a Uchiha fan myself.
Oh, really?
I gotta
Really?
give it to them.
Back in my day, you couldn't wear pink if you were a guy.
No,
You'd get your
no.
butt kicked. So it's a new day.
It's a whole other genre.
Yeah, right. Cool. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out, supporting.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So let's go talk to this brother over here. Hello, sir. How are you? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Tobias McLeod. I'm the acting neighborhood association president.
I didn't know they still had that.
Hellyer-Cristopher. We did. We just actually, it's been going on for about 6 years.
Okay, because I remember when I was growing up, we had community watch, block
Yeah,
watch.
so this is not a neighborhood watch association. It's a neighborhood association.
Okay.
So it's listen, inform, educate, and celebrate.
Right on.
It's really right now. Brian was on our last call, and again, I'm going to speak to everybody too. But Brian was on our last call and said, "Hey, I want to do something."
Yeah, we met him walking up the street.
I want to show him some unity and really get out there and
Right.
and meet. So we planned it to be a walk, and of course today, with the smoke, I didn't want to encourage people
Right.
to get out too much. So he said, "Well, just show up in the park and see if anybody
Right,
shows."
right.
So, yeah.
Yes, I mean you create your foundation with the core, and then you build from the core, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
right on. So and your name, sir?
I'm Michael McLeod.
And your neighbors?
Well, he lives over there. I live over there.
Okay.
Same
how,
neighborhood, though,
how
yeah.
did you guys get together? How did he inform you about this today?
I've been with the association for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
And I do the monthly cleanups. I go on a couple of them.
Wow.
And I just met him last month on
Yeah,
the
a
last
couple
cleanup.
Wow, so wonderful. So you found a
This is my
common
niece, Monica, and she
common
goes on the
cause.
Cleanups with us. So.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself? How long you been in California? You were born and raised?
Okay. That's okay.
Just say hi. You're Monica.
Hi. And you were born and raised in California?
She goes, yeah.
Okay.
She's my niece and she's a special ed. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how many generations of your family has been in the California now?
Well,
In the Bay Area?
I've been living in Sacramento since '91.
Okay.
I've been here a while.
Okay.
But as far as California, I've moved here in '74. Ex-military.
Wow.
My
Okay.
father retired, Travis.
What branch?
Air Force.
Wow. So everything's tip-top shape with you
I
guys.
did my little time in the Air Force. as
Right,
well,
right.
and I moved down here.
So were you part of the Desert Storm and all that?
No. I did Air Force Reserve.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Did my monthly drills, kind of like what I'm doing now.
Right. Wow, that's wonderful. So you guys going to continue to try to have these marches now? or-
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
I really want to call it a unity walk.
That's
Because
perfect.
marches tend to be, I feel
Well,
like they have
yeah, like
a
military sound to it, yeah.
militant connotation.
Yeah, that's good.
Whereas a unity walk,
You're rebranding it. That's good.
Neighbors are walking anyways, and they're out around 7.
Hey, you're walking? Okay, let's walk this way.
Yeah, exactly. Get everybody moving in the same direction.
Right.
But I think we're gonna kick it off right now, and so I don't want to say everything right now on camera, but
Right,
you'll
right.
get it later.
Right on.
But yeah,
we'll be back.
All right.
Yeah, to support, bring some support for
Yeah.
you. Are you trying to work with other communities or just this one for now?
Absolutely.
For now,
Right now, just focusing on getting people activated,
Right.
and coming out and seeing listening,
Right.
and learning for what the needs are.
Yeah, the
right?
needs. Yeah.
So a lot of neighborhood associations, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and the community doesn't need or want things, right?
Right.
And so it's really about finding out what those
The
needs
common-
are, and
the
then
common needs.
putting those
Yeah.
energies forward.
We have a lot in common. That's what we have to
Right,
realize.
exactly.
And then surround ourselves around,
Yeah.
unify around the common
Yeah,
needs.
absolutely.
Yeah. Right on. Here's my card,
Okay.
and I've just run out.
Yeah,
so
look at that.
yeah.
All right.
So my grandfather was an activist, so
Okay.
I've been carrying on this tradition
Yeah,
as an
yeah.
artist.
Okay.
And me and Brian are starting to work together as artists.
I love that.
Yeah, so
All right.
cool. Let me
Brian,
talk
you
to
ready to get kicking off?
Yep, we can kick it off. Not only that.
Brian, just real quick.
Yes, sir.
How did this all get started, and what you were talking to us today about your need to want to be a part of change? You asked was it your captain? You were saying about doing this?
Yes. So
Can you tell us that story?
Sure. Originally, I met Tobias during a Zoom meeting for his community. He became the president. I stepped into the meeting, and as I was, had the opportunity to listen to members of the community, one of the things was the number one factor. They care about their community, but they also care about making calls to 911. They want to make sure that they're providing accurate information to the police.
Right.
And-
Dispatch is so important.
Yeah, so one of the things that I realized is often when we're talking and we want to promote calling the police, often we do not have the face-to-face contact.
Right.
So between that, and we cannot neglect what's going on throughout the country. The relationship with law enforcement, it hits home with me very specifically. So I asked this group, would they be interested in meeting more of a unity walk to talk about what we can do to get back to where we need to be. And
Right.
that's one is rebuilding our relationship within our community.
Yeah.
And if if this is, ground one for that, I'm all for it. I'll be more than happy to.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, but
We got to do it. Yeah.
It's absolutely worth it.
You grew up in East Palo Alto. You was once all white, then an all black, now very mixed Polynesian community now, right?
Yes.
Polynesian.
So my family, I was blessed to have parents that wanted to give us an opportunity, and we moved out here in the probably the
70s?
70s.
Yeah, that's when we
80s.
all exited the inner city. 70s.
Yeah, and since then, I always consider myself a Bay Area kid, coming
Right.
from Silver Creek High School, and my roots are here. So
Right.
I'm dedicated to this community, and I'm dedicated to change.
Right on.
So
Great. Thank you for everything, all your service.
thank you
All
for
right.
coming.
Thank you.
I went to Silver Creek for a little bit too.
Oh yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm probably a little older than you. What year were you gonna graduate?
I'm 43.
Okay, I'm just a little older than you. I'm 48.
Okay, so I ended up graduating.
Not that hard, right?
Hi.
Hi,
You're a member of the community, and you decided to make this march today. Can you tell me why?
because we're seeing bad things escalating in our neighborhood, and I want to put a stop to it.
When you say bad things, what do you mean?
Well, thefts, graffiti, trash,
And then
parties.
right. And then you're taking the first step today for change.
Yes.
And do you feel that I see you working together with community leaders, policing, and residents? You think it takes all of us to make change?
Yes. I do.
You have all ethnicities here today: black, white, Latino. We all have common needs, right?
Yes, we do. We're all human beings, and we're all in this together.
Right on. And then how are you handling this shelter in and COVID-19? And is everyone in your family safe and
Yes, they
healthy?
are.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yes, I work at a school, so we're back to school.
Oh, tell me how that's
supporting everybody from
going.
the
How's that
office.
going? What school is it?
Carolyn Davis Intermediate.
Is that a
right over
middle
the
school?
hill. Yes.
And then so you're a
It's
teacher?
distance learning. No, I'm one of the secretaries.
Okay.
So we're in the office supporting
you
all
have-
the ones that can't get online.
And then, so you have kids that actually can go to school too? Or no?
No, it's all
all
distance
offline.
learning.
Oh, okay.
We're just there to help out.
They say the kids are, the shelter in is, they miss their friends. That's the hard part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the hard
Absolutely.
part. Yeah, cool.
It's not easy for any of us.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, how you doing today?
Good,
Can I
thank you.
talk to you about why you're here?
I'm here because my wife made me come.
Her wife made him come. Okay. So marriage is like a ball and chain. Is that what
Pretty
you're trying to say?
Yeah. Not to use your words, but I would agree.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you better be careful. You have to go back home tonight. So why did you feel the need to participate or come with your wife?
I just thought it'd be good to interact with San Jose PD,
Right?
show support with them, and also list our concerns with them as well.
Right. What are one of your concerns right now?
A lot of them are vehicles, abandoned vehicles, vehicles that are not current registration, just
Right.
there.
Like in the yard or in the.
We've got one blocking our driveway right now.
Oh, my God.
And the city of San Jose won't respond to that.
Right. Are they short? Is this an ongoing problem or is this yours?
It's
in the
because they're citing COVID right now. is what
Yeah,
they're
it's hard.
citing.
They're short-handed. Yeah. Well, thank you, sir.
You bet.
Trying to wait for council member Jimenez, but okay, that's how it goes. I was just voted in acting president of our neighborhood association. A couple weeks ago, we did a cleanup. Every month, we do a second Saturday. We do a neighborhood cleanup. We do a different area, a different hotspot each month. And Stephanie, the person who had been running the neighborhood association, has just been tired, just trying to reach out to the schools, reach out on the block, really try to activate people, but it just hasn't hit home. And so she's just been so tired, and she said, all right, we have a quorum of officers, we're going to vote you in, and then we'll do elections this fall. So we are going to do elections coming up in September, October. I have a flyer with some dates on it. But our call last Thursday, or 2 Thursdays ago now, Brian was nice enough, one of the other lieutenants couldn't make it. And Brian was like, let me see what's going on with this neighborhood association. I've heard about it a little bit here and there, and so he was able to come. I don't know if he was working or not, but he showed up. And so he gave us a report, just like every other officer. You know, anybody that shows up to a neighborhood association meeting from SJPD, they walk through all the different, you know, crimes in the neighborhood. You know, there's the, you know, increase in this crime, decrease in that crime. You know, and then asking for who has any questions or concerns. Right? So he was. You know, we talked about the cars on the streets that have been there for months. We talked about, you know, some crimes that are going on, gun violence, and other things that are devastating to our community. And then Brian came up with this idea of doing a walk around the neighborhood, just to walk around the neighborhood and really meet anybody that's out, the youth. The people that are out working on their cars, the people in their cars, the people with tattoos up and down their bodies that have been incarcerated, people that have dealt with, again, the violence that is in our community. And he just told me, hey, can we do this? And I said, when? Let's do it. And this was, I guess, the first day on his calendar he could do it. So we set it up almost within a week and just put it out there on Nextdoor, on Facebook. And then I was out handing out flyers all week. And then the smoke hit. And then, you know, and I already knew it was a pandemic. This is something we could do socially distanced like we're doing here, and, you know, by household. But really, we could get together and walk the neighborhood and meet people we haven't met before. Because our neighborhood goes from over off of Allendale or Continental all the way to Sylvandale. So we have a big area, and then to Seven Trees and then Hellyer Park. So again, it's just really trying to activate and get to know neighbors from the other side of the street. I know we do have a lot of neighbors that are informed and know what's going on 2-3 houses down. But a lot of times you talk about what's happening over on Serenade or Tango Way with the shooting. People on the other side of Hellyer have no idea of what kind of crimes or whatever else is going on. And not everybody's plugged in on Nextdoor and Facebook. So again, putting those flyers out and trying to just create awareness. And again, we do our monthly cleanups, but we're going to start having monthly meetings and really trying to activate our neighborhood so we can get this going. So again, thank you, Brian, for putting that little bird in my ear and making it happen and inviting these officers. Thank you, officers. Thank you, people from the community. I really appreciate the support you're showing. And hopefully we can keep it going and everybody can get a little more people out of their house next time, and hopefully we get clearer skies so we can actually walk the route that we had planned on today. So thank you again.
It's a great
Brian,
start.
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah. So on behalf of Chief Garcia, Captain Washburn, Captain Joseph, thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. Your movement and what you're trying to do for your community is a very noble cause. I hope you can hear me through this. Who am I? I'm your Southern Division swings 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. watch commander. So between Sundays and Wednesdays, I oversee this particular area, okay? But now collectively, we oversee this particular area. So I can't do anything without your assistance, and vice versa. I think I was able to furnish business cards to everyone but you, and I will make sure that happens before I go today. Because of the smoke, I understand that it was we went back and forth, texting and emailing pretty much ever since the fire started. So I consider this a win because you came out. We will readapt, we will readjust, and we will, in fact, we will get our unity walk together. But while I got your attention, I want to make sure that I say a few things. One, as I arrived to this area, one could not help but see all the abandoned vehicles and trash debris out and about. I give you my word, I give you my business card, that collectively we will start working with you so we can fix some of these things. I met with Tobias earlier this week. That's one of the first things that I said. I drove through the community and I said, hey, we got to take care of some of these vehicles. So I don't have a problem with knocking on doors. I'm not trying to take someone's livelihood from them, but some of these things we need to address immediately. My next conversation that I would like to have with members of this community from all walks are going to be about the police department. about what we do. How do we respond to calls for service, and that why factor. Whether we agree to disagree, it's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to convince you to always choose the police. But what I'd like to do is spend some time educating you about some of the things that we do and the why factor. But at the same time, I would like to solicit information and education from members of the community just as well. It will help us collectively perform our duties. And that's why it was important that I have some of our officers here. My goal through our walk was, while you're walking, I was hoping you would engage one of my officers and ask questions. But because we're gonna postpone that walk, I encourage you, while you're here, while we are socializing safely, to pick their brains and ask questions. And if they're difficult questions, but we need to provide some answers. So again, thank you for your time. Thank you for attending. It means the world to me that you reached out to me, Tobias, and this is just the start. This is just the beginning. So thank you.
So again, I just want to, I have the flyer, and some of you guys will get this on Nextdoor. Our next cleanup will be on 9/12, and we're going to do from Coyote to as far as we can on Center, just to try to clean up that little corridor. And I'm going to try to reach out to Seven Trees Neighborhood Association to see if we can do a collaboration. And because again, every time we're out on Center, we'll do both sides of the street, but more hands make less work. So, and then there are a couple other ones. Again, we'll have a community meeting on 9/16. And if you're not on Nextdoor or another one, I'm going to try to put flyers out. But if you could let your neighbors know, get your neighbors' numbers, text them the code or the call-in number, and that way we can get more people and again, solicit those ideas, solicit those questions, what's going on. Okay? Do you guys have any questions about the neighborhood association, or you guys have any questions? Obviously, you guys can talk to the individual officers, but any questions about the neighborhood association or, yeah?
What time do you usually run your cleans?
So our cleans are every second Saturday from 8 to 10:30. And then also we started a new program for people that can't come out at that time. They can pick up a green bag and then just text me, hey, I got a whole bag, I cleaned up this area, and then we can call the city and then they can pick it up. Because I understand we have people working swing shifts, we have people that are out visiting grandchildren, well, not as much these days, but out doing other things. And so, I understand that Saturday mornings are not the best time to clean up. I'm usually doing the Saturday mornings, and I try to pick a couple other times throughout the month. So yeah, if you guys need a bag, just let me know. I think I posted everything on online in terms of my contact info. But again, if you want to get that today, I'm more than willing to give you guys my contact info.
Where do you usually hold the meetings?
So our meetings had been at the previous president's house, but we're actually doing Zoom until COVID is free and clear. One idea that I did have too, though, was expanding it to maybe we have the people that are completely just not on technology can come and sit socially distanced in the park, and then we could have maybe a live stream on the Zoom so people could, however they feel comfortable. But again, I have a few weeks to plan that out. So trying to figure it out for next month. One other thing as I'm talking, I'm trying to engage with Santa Clara and the rangers over there and the maintenance crew over there, because I know we have a long border with that park, and usually there's a lot of people that dump their stuff, or sometimes those contractors don't stay up on the maintenance for clearance of the brush. Along Brock, all those cul-de-sacs, sometimes that can get really high and dangerous around these times. So again, just trying to engage with them and have a good relationship with them. If you guys have younger kids, something that they were interested in doing is also doing some kind of junior ranger program with the youth, anywhere from school age up to high school. And so that was something that, again, they said they're open to doing, and I hope that we can get people to, because it's a lovely park right there. So if we can utilize it and use that as a resource as well to get our kids engaged, that would be great. Any other questions or? All right. Well, then again, these officers are here to answer questions and talk with you guys and hear your stories. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to take a picture with you if we can figure out a safe way to do so.
You're like every 6 feet, like doing like a.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
24 millimeters, so it's not that bad. Y'all get close to the slide. I can't get the microphone.
Just guys, go ahead.
I know, right?
We'll get bad press if we're not.